This works, the champs are always going to be scrutinized about something, right? And the way I look at it is, when you're the champ and you're on top, everybody's gunning for you. You're always going to get everybody's best shot. Simple as that, right? And especially if you're on top for a long period of time, or let's say a lengthy period of time, right? What's funny about this is that everybody acts like we should be really concerned about who gets into the playoffs. If the Bengals are going to get in, if the Bengals get in, are we worried that the Bengals? Number one, we don't play the Bengals if they get in right away. Who's to say the Bengals do get in?
And here's the thing.
We don't know.
Here's the thing. Even if we was to win this game that we play against the Broncos, that's not a guarantee they get in either.
Exactly.
Like, Miami still has to lose.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure the Bengals still have to win out. Well, I think they only got one game left. But
they still have to win it, and it kind of depends on if the Dolphins do not lose.
Bro, I don't see the Dolphins losing that game. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's basically what's happening. It depends on if the Dolphins lose.
They play the Jets, right? They play the Jets?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. Jets are
they're so bad.
They are bad.
They are so bad. All that shit that they did to go get Devontae Adams, bring in Aaron Rodgers.
You stupid. No, man,
it's crazy.
Man.
It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
And they got some pieces over there. I don't understand why they're so bad.
Organization is bad. Their organization is bad.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And that's the bottom line.
They fired that coach, right?
Yeah.
What's his name?
I'm trying to think. Bald-headed guy that came from San Francisco. I can't think of his name.
I actually liked him though. I thought he was good. I thought he was good for them, man. He
was a defensive coach, and the defense was the better part of their whole system, right? It was the best part of their whole system. But the defense couldn't stay on the field all the time. When you have a defense on the field all the time and your offense is shit, of course you're going to lose a lot of games because you can't score enough points. And
it seemed like the players really liked him too. They were really upset about that, and it came out of nowhere. They didn't. That was just unfortunate, man.
It was, but it happens. And let's be honest, Aaron Rodgers has been a cancer. He's been a cancer pretty much the last 10 years. So after he won
that wouldn't happen if Rodgers was there, if he wasn't there.
Yeah, after they won that Super Bowl in Green Bay, that dude became an arrogant fucking sack of shit. That's really what happened. Out finding himself, smoking on peyote and shit, or ayahuasca, whatever you want to fucking call it.
He has been on one.
That motherfucker think he walking on water and shit. So it's fucking ridiculous. But no matter what, back to the subject at hand, okay? Here is the problem. I was listening to Nick Wright, okay? And Nick Wright had some interesting things to say. And I think he's kind of right because here's the deal. The Chiefs are going to play to win their game, right? You had an interesting take earlier as well where you said you were on Twitter and a lot of teams or a lot of people are saying that they want, if we weren't chicken, we would play our starters. Well, that's just dumb. That's just dumb.
Exactly. It would be different. It would be different if we had to lock up the 1 seed with this game.
Yeah.
Then I can see your point.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. But we don't have anything to. What's the point?
It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. All right. So basically, what we're saying is that we don't need the number 1 seed. So since we don't need the we already have it, right? We are not playing for the number 1 seed. It makes no sense for us to play our starters. We got a lot of guys that need the rest because
or at least the core.
Yeah, but
No.
our bye week was what, week 6? Is that right?
It's either week 5 or week 6. It was one of
Okay,
the two.
so it's been a while since we had a bye, and we could use that. And that's the thing about being, in this situation, is that they earned this situation where they actually can go in, rest their core guys, right? I think that's what they're going to do. I think they're going to rest their core guys. I think that's what they intend to do. At least, make sure that those guys get the rest that they need, get the healing that they need. They got some guys that got some aches and pains, some the injuries that they have, right? Small injuries or whatever. Get that out of the way, right? They want to take care of that. So I think that's going to happen. But the problem is that everybody thinks that we owe the Bengals a chance to get into the fucking playoffs. Why the fuck do we owe y'all? We don't owe them shit.
Yeah, because if it was reversed, they wouldn't be having that same issue.
No, but that's the thing that irritates me, is that they think that we do, right? So I was listening to Nick Wright, and he's talking about this, right? He's talking about who he thinks is not going to play, or what the Chiefs will do. And I want you to hear this, right?
The Chiefs' strategy on Sunday, I can guarantee you, will have nothing to do with the playoff picture.
Exactly.
It will flatly be getting... Here's my guess for the Chiefs on Sunday. I would be shocked if the following players play a single snap. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Chris Jones, DeAndre Hopkins. Those 4 guys are basically... Isaiah Pacheco is certain.
Yeah, Pacheco.
Yeah. Is out.
I don't know.
And he has banged up ribs. It's definitely out.
There's one player out on the
very
list.
surprised if Joe Tooney, Xavier Worthy, or Trent McDuffie play a snap.
There you go. See, I think those are right too.
Most likely, Jawan Taylor, the other tackle, won't play either. That's 9
Yeah,
guys.
see, that's 9 guys.
My guess.
I think those 9 guys don't play.
After that,
I think DeAndre's
they're going to try to
and
win.
the reason I say that,
because they win.
I would say they're done.
And while they don't care about getting to 16-1, I do a little bit. I really
kind of
like
agree
the
with
idea
him on this.
that the year the Chiefs three-peat, if they get to 16-1, a three-peat would also mean they are the first ever 19-win team in NFL history.
What do you think about that?
Obviously, never happened before. There's.
What do you think about that, Mike?
So look, I got 2 points. I'm gonna attack that too. So I agree with all the players he said, except for DeAndre Hopkins. The reason why I say that.
Why?
The reason why is because he's like, I want to say a touchdown. He's got one more touchdown. I want to say he's not gonna get 140 yards, but it's like 140 yards, and like I want to say 6 receptions away from like 500,000 or
I thought it
to
was
$1 million.
I thought it was a touchdown. He gets one touchdown, he gets 500,000.
Well, it's one touchdown. It's 250K. I think it's 250K, and then the 6 receptions is another 250K.
Okay.
Now the 140 yards, I don't think he's getting that.
Okay.
I don't think he'll play long enough to get that. And there was another one I can't remember. I think Reed is going to give him the opportunity to get that, because I think it's part of the contract thing too, or the incentive. I think they're going to want to get him that, especially if he's only 1 touchdown away and like a couple of receptions, and boom, take him out. But I think he'll play a little smidget, maybe a drive or 2. Nothing too crazy. But everybody else.
Do you think maybe he lets him get the touchdown where he gets the 250,000? I can't see him letting him play a whole game though. To get
no, he's not gonna play a whole game. He ain't been playing the whole game, so I agree with that.
So I don't see that. Okay, so
now
I do agree with him about the people other than DeAndre not playing. I do agree with that.
I agree. Yeah, okay. I do agree.
And I do agree with this 16-1 that I think they are going to go into it trying to win this game against the Broncos, right?
I'm kind of torn. I'm kind of torn between.
You don't think that they will?
No, I'm not saying they won't. I'm just saying, me personally, I'm torn if I want them to or not, because I don't want the Bengals to get in the playoffs. I don't want us to be the reason they get in. Now, just because we win doesn't mean they necessarily automatically get in either, though. Like if Miami wins.
Yeah, Miami wins and it's done. They're done.
Yeah, it's done.
If Miami wins, they're done. So, I don't think
if we could possibly get both to where we win and then Miami wins.
Your mic went out.
I'm good.
Oh, never mind.
It did?
It came back
on.
Oh,
okay. Okay. No, I was just saying if we could get both with Miami and then we win too, and then they don't get in the playoffs, I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Perfect.
That's what I'm saying. So, I think that we are going to go into it trying to win because that's what we do. We go into games trying to win. We're not, because you got to think about it. Carson Wentz is trying to get on with another team as well. So he's going to go out here trying to fucking show what he can do.
My boy Carson Steele, Reed already said he's going to get a significant reps and looks this game.
I'm sure he will.
He's going to go crazy.
I'm sure he will. So I do kind of agree on that with Nick Wright. So I'm going to play just the rest of whatever he was talking about as far as the, getting to 19-1 and being the first team in Super Bowl history to do it.
There's prior to the 17-game season, the only way you could do it would be to go undefeated, and the only undefeated team happened during a 14-game season. So I like that idea. Now to this nonsense about being scared of the Bengals.
Scared of the Bengals.
Oh my, bro.
All right, there's just the data, which is they haven't lost the Bengals in 2 years. They've played them 3 times since then. They're 3-0 in those 3 games. But set that aside.
Set it aside.
And this is where the NFL media drives me bleeping crazy.
Fucking
crazy. Me too. Me too. Me too.
Question to ask on sports TV is, should the Buffalo Bills be worried that Cincinnati will make the playoffs? You know why? Because the last time Cincinnati made the playoffs, they went to Buffalo and kicked their ass.
Hold on.
Pause it right there, because I got something to say about that.
Hold on. I think people need to go back and remember
I got revision
that did happen. The last time the Bengals played Buffalo in the playoffs, if I remember right, they kicked Buffalo's ass.
No, they did. In that snowy game, I remember that.
Yeah, it was a snow game.
They got smoked.
Here's the deal. I don't think Buffalo wants to play the Bengals. I think Buffalo, if anybody, is hoping that the Chiefs actually lose to the Broncos and that we lose to the Broncos and that the Miami Dolphins actually lose to the Jets. They don't want to see them. They don't want to see them. I think they do not want to see that happen. They don't want to see the Bengals get in. They don't want to see the Jets beat the Dolphins, and they don't want to see the Chiefs actually beat the Broncos. They don't want to see that. They want to.
So what happens? Who would the Ravens play at that point?
So the
it
Ravens
wouldn't be us though.
Well, the Ravens are at what, third? They wouldn't. Are they third or second? No, not second. They're not second. The Buffalo Bills are second. So we would be. Yeah, we would be third, I think, because if I remember right, the Bengals have to play the Steelers this weekend. They have to play the Steelers this weekend.
Oh, they do? Oh,
yes. Yeah. See, that's the other thing that nobody's is talking about is that the Bengals still have to play the Steelers.
Oh, that is right.
So
that's not a gimme either.
That's not a gimme.
And now, what's the name? The receiver? He got a game under coming back from injury. Now he'll be more intimidated. He'll be able to, call it right now.
Why am I fucking forgetting his damn name?
Yeah, I can't. That's not to me.
George Pickens. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So I think that you have to understand that they have 3 scenarios that have to happen. They have to beat the Steelers. The Broncos have to beat the Chiefs. And the Miami Dolphins have to lose to the Jets.
No, I think they would want. Wouldn't they want the Chiefs to? Wait.
The Broncos.
Yeah, wouldn't they want the Chiefs to lose? Oh yeah, you did say that.
I say that. Yeah, they want the Broncos, the Chiefs to lose to. Yeah, they want the Chiefs to lose to the Broncos. But the problem is all three of those things have to happen. I don't see it happening.
Yeah. Especially, what's really getting me, like, especially is that Miami and the Jets game.
Yeah. I don't see that.
I don't see that happening, man.
I want to hear what else he has to say about this because it's kind of funny. Like, this is basically the whole scenario.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna play that, and then
Cincinnati has played Buffalo. Cincinnati either beat them. One of the games they were beating them, but it was the Damar Hamlin game, so the game was stopped.
Yeah, I remember that.
But they beat them in the playoffs 2 years ago. Last year, when Cincinnati wasn't very good, they beat the Bills in the regular season. They didn't play this year. And, of course, that would be the matchup. If Cincinnati makes the playoffs, they are 100% playing Buffalo.
Yeah.
But weirdly, people feel like the Bills are owed more respect,
of course,
than the Chiefs, so they're not asking that question. They're just asking, should the Chiefs be worried about it?
That's true. That is so true.
I got two things.
They're not talking about Buffalo in this light, and that's you know what? Nick Wright gets on my nerves when it comes to basketball and the NBA and LeBron James.
Yes.
But you know what? He's always spot on about. He's spot on when he talks about football, and I don't understand how he's so good at one and bad at the other. So,
yeah, it's crazy. I got two things. Because it ties into all this. Because remember when I showed you that clip about Dan Orlovsky when Shannon Sharp he was asking him, he was like, "Are we sure the Bills are better than Kansas City?" And then Dan Orlovsky gonna get on here on national television talk about the Bills played the Chiefs, and the Chiefs are 15-1. Guess where that loss came from? The Bills. He was like, the Bills beat the brakes. He said, what did he say? They beat the doors off of KC.
Yeah, they beat the doors off of KC.
Come on, man. Bro, it was a 2-point game with a minute, 2 minutes left in the game.
Yeah,
and then he scored a touchdown late.
Yeah,
it was a close game the entire way, bro.
Man. But listen, Dan Orlovsky. Look, I don't really listen to a lot of what he says, but he's a fanboy. He's a fanboy of Josh Allen, though. He really is. He wants to see Josh Allen in this light, and I get it.
Yeah, because they keep bringing up about how Josh Allen beat the Chiefs and the Lions this year, but then don't want to bring up about because they keep comparing that to with Lamar. But I'm like, but y'all don't bring up about how Lamar and the Ravens blew them out earlier this season. Y'all don't talk about that.
No, they don't.
And Josh Allen did not play good that game. It was 35-10.
No, that's what I'm saying. They don't talk about that. So here's my question to you and to the fans and to the people who are Bengals fans or Buffalo fans. Here's my question to everybody. Think about this. Do you really believe that the Bills are that much better than the Chiefs? That's number one. Number two, are you more worried about the Bengals getting in and you having to see them if they do get in? Or are you more worried about a team like Miami who plays in your division and knows how you play and can actually probably give you a run for your money still, especially with Tyreek still there? That to me should be a very good question.
And Tyreek's been playing better lately.
And he's been playing better. So I would not put it to the situation where, I want to see the Bengals instead of Tyreek and the Miami Dolphins. I'd be honest with you. I think that you probably have a better chance with the Bengals because their defense is not very good. Their defense is, you may have to score a bunch of points with them.
Their defense is bad.
Yeah, you may have to score a bunch of points with them.
If you can limit like one of their receivers, you're not gonna do both, right?
No.
Even though I think McDuffie did a hell of a job last time he played Chase, but yeah, it's just not gonna. I do have a question. Like, let's say they beat the Bengals, or the Bills lose to the Bengals. So would they end up playing the Ravens, or like how does that work?
I think they would play the
Like
Ravens.
if the Ravens win,
I think they would play the Ravens. I think that's. Well, no, we would play whoever the lowest seed is left. The Chiefs would.
So then it would be. So then it would be the Bengals.
Yeah,
because they are the lowest seed.
Yeah. So I think that's how that would work. But even at that,
I mean, I don't care.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
I wouldn't worry.
I'm not worried about it.
So I'm going to leave this as a question to the people who are going to be tuning in or who have tuned in. Number one, do you think the Bills should be worried more about the Bengals or the Dolphins? Leave your comment in the comment section. We want to know. We want to hear from you guys. Do the Bills need to worry more about the Bengals if they get in, or the Dolphins if they get in? Kind of depends. I really don't care. To me, I still think the Broncos are going to get in. I still think the Broncos are.
That's why I'm confused. Like,
don't be confused. I mean, you can pull it up. You can pull up the AFC.
Okay, so the AFC, you got in the AFC East, you got obviously the Bills and the Dolphins potentially.
Well, yeah.
If the Dolphins, they're 8-8 right now. So
okay.
Then in the AFC West, you got the Chiefs, Chargers, and then the Broncos.
Okay.
The Broncos are one game behind the Chargers, pretty much.
Okay.
And then you got the Ravens, Steelers, and then Bengals. And really the only team in the AFC South that's worth mentioning is Texas. So like, that's why I'm trying to see how this. I'm sure somebody has put that up or like try to draw that scenario.
Well, here's the deal. I think what you got right now is a bunch of teams at the bottom who are trying to get in, right? So right now, I think Denver's at number 7. Right now, they should be at number 7. The Chargers are at number 6.
Wait, where would the Bengals be at? Wouldn't they be
the
lowest one?
They're not in yet. They have to win.
Oh, they have to win.
They
Okay,
have to win to get in. Right? As of right now, the Broncos are in it.
Are still in. Okay, yes. That makes sense.
So as of right now, the Broncos are still in it. As at this moment, let's say the Broncos win, the Bengals don't get in, the Dolphins don't get in, right? As of this moment, that means that Buffalo would actually have to play Denver. Okay? Mm-hmm. That would also mean the Chargers would have to play Baltimore. Then that would mean Houston would play Pittsburgh. Kansas City would be on the bye. Okay?
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
If, let's say, for some reason, the Bengals are there instead of the Broncos, then the Bengals would play Buffalo. Whoever wins that game would wind up playing Baltimore. Mm-hmm. And whoever wins out of, or Baltimore, the winner between Baltimore and the Chargers, whoever wins between Pittsburgh and Houston would have to play Kansas City. Okay.
Man, I'll be honest with you. I like that scenario better, bro. Because think about it, we would only have to play one of them teams.
That's what I'm saying. The only way we were playing was be in the AFC Championship game.
Exactly. Bro, give me that all day.
So you're saying,
okay, let me beat up each other throughout the playoffs, and then we'll beat whoever's left. And we good.
Okay, so here's the scenario. So let's say you let the Bengals get in, right? Let's say the Bengals get in. and the Bengals go in and they beat Buffalo, and then they turn around and they beat the team, the matchup between the winner of the Chargers and Baltimore. And then we wind up in the AFC Championship game, and the Bengals wind up in the championship game, the AFC Championship game. Can you imagine that?
I'm gonna be honest with you, with Lamar and Burrow.
Yeah.
Would they play each other in that scenario?
Yeah, if the Bengals
It
wind
would be
up
before
beating,
the AFC.
yeah,
Right.
if the Bengals
I'm gonna be
actually,
honest with you, picking the Ravens.
I think the Ravens
That
will.
game.
I think the Ravens will win, but I'm just saying, for shits and giggles,
Oh yeah.
something like that. But
I mean, either way, I'll take that.
Well, like I said, here's my thing. I don't think it's going to happen that all three things are going to happen. I don't think the Bengals are going to beat Pittsburgh. I don't think that the Chiefs are going to lose to the Broncos, and I don't think that, or the Chiefs are going to, yeah, that's right. They have to lose. They have to lose to the Broncos.
Right.
And I don't think that the Dolphins are going to lose to the Jets. I don't think all three of those things are going to happen. Maybe two of them, but not all three. I don't see it. I just don't.
I think we would only play one of those teams regardless, though, because
yeah, we would. We would only play one team. I'm not really worried about it. I don't see us. We have the best path to the Super Bowl. We all know that. Everybody knows it. And that's why they're pissed. That's exactly why they're pissed.
Man, we just got to handle business. I think I'm going to tell you right now, Kelsey, he's coming.
I think he's going to
This Kelsey time.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really
He's going to have some fresh legs. Him and Mahomes going to be locked in. Oh,
yeah.
I can't wait.
Well, we're going to end this on this subject. We're not going to go any further into detail as far as how we see the playoffs, playing out. We're just going to leave it at the same question I asked everybody. Are you more worried about the Bengals getting in if you're a Buffalo fan, or are you more worried about the Dolphins? I don't really think it matters. Not for Kansas City. I don't really care. I don't think Kansas City Chiefs fans care one bit. I really don't.
I wouldn't mind if the Bengals lost the playoffs.
And on that note, we're going to leave it at that, and we're gonna say our adieus. So thank you everybody for tuning in to the Cave Cast. We will catch you guys next time.